cease and never failing love.
Amen.
And he says, with love, not only with love, but with my kindness have I drawn thee.
Yes.
So he says, you know what? If you're going to draw anybody, love.
Yes.
Kindness.
Yes.
And then he took me back to the night we was here before, what was it? Before Christmas. And, you know, and I thought about when Jesus was writing on the ground and they brought the woman that was caught in adultery. And, you know, and they asked him, said, what do you say about this? And he didn't say anything. He just stooped down in the road. And while he was on the ground, they were steady pressing him. What do you think? What do you think? So, you know, but he never give an answer. It's some things don't need an answer.
Go ahead, sir.
Everything doesn't need an answer.
Go ahead.
You know?
Yeah.
And because we should always be portraying love. We should always be portraying kindness. If we're going to draw, because that's how he said, I've drawn thee with an everlasting love.
Jesus.
And, you know, but I found that we can easily get caught up and caught in the middle by just answering sometimes some things. And then, well, you know, Larry said this and Larry said that. And I said, well, no, I didn't really say that. And I really didn't mean it that way. But people are always wanting to draw you in.
Yes.
But it's not with love and kindness that they're drawing, but if we, with our love and our kindness, draw. And God showed that to me, and he shared that with me while we was on our Christmas break. And he said, that's what you always have to do, is love, kindness.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
So,
Thank you.
I'm going to take that into 2018.
Yes.
And I'm going to take not being caught up in the middle of a lot of stuff that he say, as we used to, he say, she say. He said this, she said that, they said this, you know. I don't need to be caught up in that. I got to be like Jesus said, about the Father's business. I need to be about the Father's business. That's more important than being caught up in the middle of things. Because if I put on and show love, I'll draw somebody.
Come on,
I'll draw
sir.
somebody.
Jesus.
That's it.
Love ain't easy, right?
Sure
It
ain't.
says it suffers long. Nobody want, I mean,
Woo!
love is soft.
Go
But
ahead,
he says
sir.
it suffers long. But is it not a part of the fruit of the Spirit?
Hallelujah.
Fruit. Okay. Let's go to the Lord in prayer. Father, I thank you. I thank you for this opportunity to be here today. I thank you once again, God, giving us the opportunity to come into your house where we can praise and worship and lift your name, God. I just thank you for the seasons and the times, God. I just thank you for the year, God, that you have brought us through, God, and kept us with your love and showed us your kindness towards us, God. Even times when we won't even deserve it, God, you said you would never leave nor forsake us, God, and I thank you. I thank you how you have continued to keep us on the straight and narrow path, God. As Miss Hazel talked about sheep, even when we was not in your will and not doing what you had told us to do, you have always brought us back and showed us your kindness and your love, God. So let us take kindness and loveness into the next year, God, showing people that we are the apple of your eyes. Miss Hazel says in the Sunday school lesson. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Amen. Praise God.
Thank you.
Amen. Sister Sharon has something she wants to share with us today.
It's just real quick. This is a vision from A.C. Mottershead. If you don't know who she was, her husband, her family were part of the ministry until they moved away for job purposes. And they're with Morning Star in Charlotte, out of Charlotte, North Carolina. But this is a vision she had. She was reading a book by Mike Fickus, who's part of the Morning Star group. And he writes a lot of stuff about the end times and prophecy. And anyway, this is the vision she had as she was reading one of his books. It says, I received an encouraging vision for 2018 while I was reading The Rise of His Holy Ones. When I read a sentence about being adrift on God's ocean of love, I had a brief vision of many small white sailboats moored at a marina. It was a beautiful setting with clear water and mountains in the distance. I sensed it was a freshwater harbor, but there was a channel to the ocean nearby. I could see the sailboats rocking in the gentle waves. hear the soft clang of the ringing hardware on metal masts, and feel a gentle breeze. A deep sense of peace filled me. I was in place of rest, restoration, and safety. Then a call of the Spirit to cast off, to let go of the docking lines in order to get underway, arose within me. The to cast off was repeated twice more. It sounded like instructions from a naval commander to his fleet. Immediately, the first lines of spontaneous prophetic song the Lord gave me recently, "There is a call to go deeper, there's a call to go higher," rose in my spirit. I knew this was the voice of the Father God speaking clearly to those who have been moored, perhaps in time of rest or restoration, or simply secure in a certain place with the Lord. It was a call to the body to get free of that which has held us in place. What tied these boats to the dock were pure white ropes. It was not sin or bondage. Casting off would allow us to be free to go deeper in Him. Then my focus shifted to the boats that were anchored just a short distance from the marina. The call, "Anchors Aweigh," was issued to them. I sensed a wind of Spirit was on its way. The boats needed to be ready to be blown where the Spirit would take them. I knew the wind would take the boats to the deep waters, the place where they would be adrift in His love. That is the call for each of us this year. Father God has wondrous things in store for those who are willing to let go and be taken on a glorious adventures. As the boats were blown into deep waters, I noticed that the waters looked more and more golden. The boats were surrounded by and held afloat by His glory and love. There were waves, but they were glory waves, not storm waves. Those who positioned themselves correctly were often splashed by golden waters of glory and love, which released joy and refreshing. 2018 will bring glorious changes if we're ready to go where the wind of the Spirit takes us. And she says, happy sailing to you in 2018. So we're to let go.
Hallelujah.
Amen.
He says it's time to go.